Here we go. I got my audio right. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Um, yeah. So I'm going to get started. This meeting. Welcome. Anyway, it's Wednesday, the 5th day of February, 2025. Um, Thanks for coming today. I'm going to go over some things really quick. First, if you haven't taken a free trial with us, go here to tvtrades.com. All right. Click on any one of these orange buttons, and it's going to bring you down to the bottom. Free trial is only 25 bucks a week. You need to have TradingView if you want to have charts. You need to have TradingView to get the indicators on your charts. All right. If you don't have TradingView, you just go to tradingview.com and sign up for trading. You can get the essential plan. You can even get the free plan, but the free plan's not going to work out for you so well probably. Get the essential plan. Right now they're having a sale on it. I think it's only $7.50 a month if you pay for the annual. I was told that earlier today. $7.50 a month for the annual plan for the essential version. You're going to need to get TradingView if you're going to use our indicators. If you're not going to use the indicators, that's fine. You need to have Telegram or you need to have a telephone, one or the other. Um, yeah, either one of those will work. Um, yeah, that's it. Okay. So I know the main thing that I was going to show you today was the swing channel program, and I will show you the swing channel program, but I'm not really ready to push it out to you yet. There's some things that I still have to tweak because it's getting data from multiple time frames. And what I found is that it's giving you levels from a different time frame where you should enter, and when you get the actual trigger comes out, it's not showing you on that bar where that time frame is. So I need to tweak it just a little bit more. That's one of the things that I've been dealing with when I'm trying to get it out. That's why it's taking so long to get out. I do have a lot of other stuff to go over with you though, and I'm sure you guys can probably will probably come up with things for me to go over. Now, I'm not going to make this a terribly long meeting. I know we're only 2 minutes into it here, but I, as I said, I gotta fly to Connecticut tonight, and um, and yeah, so I said goodbye plane ticket. All right, so the swing trade channel. Let me just show it to you, okay? Let me show you what it's like and what the alerts look like in that channel. Um, Hang on a sec. Um, it's not in there. This is what it looks like. Okay, an alert just came out. A meta alert just came out. Now, this is what it looks like, and what it's going to give you is larger time frame stuff. Like this one's a 2 hour time frame on Amazon, and this was a buy this morning that when it did have an entry here 237.27, and it did go up. I think it went up to the target, pretty close to the target. If it didn't get all the way there, I got to work on the stops because the stops are tiny on these. So a lot of times, if you have the stop exactly where it is, it's going to stop you out. Because the stops are really tiny. I gotta work on those stops to make them a little bit bigger, give a little bit more room to breathe. I mean, Meta just gave a trade right here, just right now. We can go take a look at that. All right, and where is it? Right here. We'll go here, and that should have been the last one up here on top. No, Tesla was the last one. The last one in there, Meta. This one right here. Okay, and it was at 1430 range. It said to buy 1330. It said to buy 1330. It was back here a little ways. Oh, this is on a 5 minute chart, right? No, it's a 100 range chart. Was that on 100 range? That was on a 60 minute. Okay, so we'll go to an hourly chart. See, this is what I mean about it saying it's pulling it from different places. Okay, it was right here. It was saying basically to buy right here, 703.56, and it really hasn't gone anywhere yet. 710 is the target. The target was right up here. But you see this right here, these levels right here, they're going back to look at prior swing highs and lows, and that. Okay, Wayne, can I sleep on your couch tonight? No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be sleeping on my sister's couch. Oh, my grandmother's about to pass, and that's why I'm going up there. And I wasn't gonna be able to go until the last minute thing happened. I just found out about an hour ago. I was gonna have to stay here because we had stuff going on down here in North Carolina, so I wasn't going to be able to go. But I just found out an hour ago that the stuff down here got messed up because somebody's got the flu, and so never mind. It's just a whole bunch of things just happened, and so I can go to try to see my grandmother before she passes, and that's what I'm going to try to do. But anyway, so the entry point was right in here, right? And so what it's looking at is the prior swing highs and lows for targets and for stops. But the way I programmed it, if the prior swing high target is closer than the prior swing low stop would be, then it doesn't give you a signal. I also programmed it if that is off, or if the stop is too far away, to give you a much closer stop. And the problem with that is that the stops are sometimes too close. So I'm still working on it. I want to get it just right before I give it to you guys. Okay, I know I said I was going to have it ready for today, and I really thought I was going to, but then, and I know I keep making excuses, but the FCM that I trade through went away on Friday, and I thought it was just the IB that I trade through that was going away. So I was all ready for the next one, but a bunch of you guys have been seeing the stuff that I've been putting out on YouTube and all that. I was all ready for the next one, but I wasn't ready for OEC or OpenECRY or Gain, the clearing firm. They didn't tell me that was going away, but that's going away too, so I had to switch over to CQG for the back end and then get Sierra running for the front end. The good news is it's awesome, and the changes that I made are great. So I'm gonna love it once I'm fully into it. Like right now on the NQ right here. See, I'm gonna short the NQ right here. See, all I gotta do is put that on right there, just like that. Now I'm short the NQ. I'm minus 10 contracts right now on the NQ. Not the best entry point. The entry point should have been here at 718. Well, it was 1725. Right there, 75 was a spot. Now it's got to go 5 points into profit right here for me to bump the stop to break even. So we're minute 1825. It's got to get down here to 1325 for me to bump that stop to break even. But you see how easy this is? It's just like the DT Pro Don that I used for the last 15 years. I've got this program now, so all the mouse clicks and everything else work very much like it. It even looks like it. So I have a 60 tick stop on this. I have a 75 tick target and a 60 tick stop. Okay. So let me just put this here. We'll do always on top. We'll leave that there and we can talk about other stuff. So the swing trade stuff. This is what it looks like. These are all the alerts. I have like hundreds of alerts that trigger during the day at any time. And these all go to different channels. So those of you guys who are new in here, who may be new, there's a bunch. Oh crap! I was supposed to send it off to Mark. There's a bunch of different. Hang on. He really wanted me to send that to him. There's a bunch of different things that you get access to when you join. You get access to all the Telegram channels, not just the swing trade channel. And there's this one, the swing trade channel. There's this one, the futures channel. This one, the stock and ETF channel. There is this one, that's the NQ channel. Now that's under construction too, but you guys will get access to that pretty soon. Nobody has access to that right now, just me and my bot. That's me and my bot right there. That's my bot. But you'll all get access to that too. All right, you get access to all the channels when you join, and the swing trade thing is gonna be really good. I mean, there's already some trades that are being put out that are kind of like swing trades, and they're in the equity channel right now, the stock channel. They're larger time frame things. That's the futures channel, and this one right here. They're larger time frame things. Some of these, like Netflix on 100 range, and Tesla. Well, Tesla on a 50 range isn't that big, but some of these on larger time frames, and they're kind of like swing trades. They act like swing trades. Okay, so you get access to all that stuff. The swing trade stuff, though, I want that to be like things that happen. I don't get 10 of those a day. You might get 1 or 2 of those a day. But for those of you guys who are subscribers, if you wanted to get a particular stock that you like to follow, like I know this one guy who has a couple 100,000 shares of Exxon, and that's all he trades is Exxon, but he only trades it once a day, and he usually waits for my signal to come in the morning at 9:30. It usually comes right around 9:30. Between 9:30 and 10:30, he gets one signal, and he makes like $1 a day on that, and that's all he does. So he wants it for he wants his thing for XOM, and if you guys have something in particular that you want it for, if you're using Dorman on the back end, use the same DOM as I am using Dorman. I'm not sure, Larry. I'm not sure. I'm using Sierra Charts. It's a third-party charting platform. I'm sorry. I'm not using Sierra Charts. I'm using the Sierra DOM. That's what this is. The Sierra DOM. It's a third-party charting platform. All right, just like TradingView is. It was actually the guy who created TradingView actually created Sierra as well. Same guy started Sierra, and Sierra is a much older company. Sierra's been around forever, and there are so many things that you can do with this DOM once you get it. So I don't know if you can hook Dorman up to it. You probably can. I'd be surprised if you couldn't. Um, I don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't want to answer that one, Larry. Um, but I know this is what I'm using. Okay, and I have this all set up so I can send you everything you need to make it look just like this. Have all the brackets pre-made and all that stuff. I have it all set up so you have all that stuff created. And all you have to do is make the connection and then open it up. Um, and it's like 2.5 months of work went into this, getting this right, getting it just like I used to have it. Um, anyway, I'm still waiting for this trade to give me some profit here. I haven't had enough profit in to bump the stop to break even yet. But you see it was right here. This is the trade right over here. Well, it was back over here a minute ago somewhere. It's back here actually. Back in here, I think. There it is. All right, so we need it to go 5 points into profit. It's got to get down here to 1325. 1325 right down here. 1325. When it gets down there, I can bump the stop to break even. It's got a 75 tick profit target on. Now, I did a trade yesterday afternoon. Some of you guys may have seen it in the YouTube channel. The things that pop out, this is another thing about the swing trades, and the other things, the things in the equity channel. For those of you guys that like to trade options, the things that come out at the end of the session, like right before 4 o'clock, if you get things that trigger between like 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock for any of the stocks that we have, look at the options, the overnight options on that, or maybe the weekly options on that. Look at the options, because usually by the morning, that thing is going to the option will usually double, sometimes triple in price if you trade options, if that's what you do. Okay, your 50 NQ chart in TradingView does not look like mine. Do you have the NQH or do you have the NQ1 exclamation point, Ed? Okay, can I show the settings on my NQ chart on the screen? Yes, I can. Let me just, the settings for my NQ chart on the screen. I only have, I think I just have the bit. We've got to just already hit the stop to break even here. We get down to 14. We got to get down to 1325. All right, 5 points. That's my rule. 5 points. It's got to hit right here. But the stuff that I have on the screen, I have some new stuff that I'm going to show you that I really like. I think you guys are going to like too. In a minute here, I'll show it to you. Got to go a couple more ticks. There it is. Stop to break even. So I right click and I can do move to break even. There's 3 ways to do it. I can go up and grab it and slide it down to break even. I can right click and do move to break even, or I set up a quick key, Control Z, like that, and that just bumped my stop to break even. You see, so now my stop is at break even. I'm probably going to get taken out of break even. Though this is a decent retracement. You should have a good run right here. The leg length that it's in right now, if it repeats itself, we could possibly get the whole 75 ticks on this. I'm going to lock in 4 right here, just so I don't lose any money with slippage or anything like that. And we could get the whole 75 ticks. All right, so yeah, NQ1, that's probably why it put it on the NQH 025. Is this on top? It is on top. I'll show you how to do that. All right, if you go in here, you are on this NQ. You just went with the default NQ like that, and that's going to be NQ1 like that. You see what it looks like right there? It's not the same thing. If you go to the exact symbol, the NQH, you got to take this off. You got to take off the 1 and the, oops, didn't mean that. Crap. You take off the 1 and the exclamation point. We ended up getting out with 4 ticks. You got to take the 1 and the exclamation point off and go to the H like that. Okay, that actually looks different too. but that's what it looks like. Okay. And if you use that and you're showing a long signal, well, that's, yeah, let me slide this back over here to the side. If you do that, the MNQ, and we'll go to the H on that, and we'll put that on the 50 range as well. And it doesn't have anything right here right now. All right. Let me slow down for a minute. It's 3:15. You see the flat spots in here? I've been telling you guys for weeks that I'm trying to figure something out to get rid of those. Well, let me save this for a second and go out here. I think it's on this one. We'll see how this comes up. There it is. Dun -dun. Let's see. There's no flat spots. You never get a flat spot. Now the problem is identifying the signals. What I'm trying to make it do is when you have a situation like this right here, you go long. You have a situation like this, you go short. You go long. When it's just divergent like that, you don't have anything. Crap. I have... Hang on. You guys just take a sec. Give me a second here. I gotta go do two things right now. Two things. Now, here. Forward to get rid of that. And some people are having trouble getting in right now, so I'm trying to fix this up for them. Okay. BCC. Mark, he has got the wrong thing. Hang on. 2. Nope. There, that one. Hang on. I would do this for you guys too. Alright, that's it. Now let's see if I can send this thing. Send. Move it over. Send. gmail.com. There. Okay. Alright, so yes, what I'm looking at, hang on. Use that, that's okay. Settings on my NQ chart. What am I looking at? Settings on the NQ chart. This is 100 range. I'm interested in the sniper alerts that includes in the message all the values from the table. You're interested in the sniper alerts that includes in the message all the values from the table, long entries, stop targets, etc. Is this possible? No. No, I can't put all that stuff in the alert. The stuff from the sniper alert, you know, if you put the sniper on and you look in here under the alerts, the different alerts that you can have from the sniper are, you can get notified when it's not a range chart. You can get notified when you have a trade about to trigger, all right, when you do have a trade that triggers, and then when you have an aggressive one that triggers. Now, when I created all this stuff, I wasn't showing you guys the trigger yet. You know, you guys had not seen the trigger when I created all this stuff. The trigger was making all these things happen, but you didn't know what it was because in the beginning I was doing it with no indicators at all. So when I did do it, what I created it to do is give you the information. I mean, you have the table, right? Luigi, you have the table that you can have right there in front of you. I don't have all the information in the table to just shove into a string of text that I can put out whenever an alert comes out, right? Because this is in an array that gets filled and put aside at the very end of everything. Okay. It's Jack. It's $7.45 a month, but you got to pay for the whole year. Yeah, it's a good deal. It's 50% off. Um, they have deals like that throughout the year. They have 3 or 4 times during the year they'll have a deal like that. Okay, so back to this. The information that goes into the alert right now with the sniper is all that I can stick in there, really, because you gotta remember, Luigi, that that's not just. Yeah, I have the alert function in the code. I have several alert functions in the code. There's different types of alert functions in the code that you can have too. But it's where the information is located within the code. The way that it's written, I don't want to rewrite everything, so I can squeeze all that stuff into it. It squeezes in the next target is what it does, I believe. So this stuff right here, what I'm showing you, this is on 100 range NQ, right? You can put it on anything that you want, but if if 100 range to stop on that, it's gonna have to be 110 ticks. So if 110 ticks is too big of a stop for you, you can do it with a micro. So it's 1/10 of that, because that would be what, 110 ticks would be $510, something like that. I think. No, $550. $550. And if that's too much, you can make it. You can do it with a micro, and then it would be $55. You can do it 2 micros, it'd be $110. Whether it's the NQ or the MNQ or whatever it is, the indications are going to be the same whatever time frame you're working with. But what I'm doing with this, just so you guys know, I want it, when you have just the regular trigger on, if I get rid of that, and let's just put the regular trigger on this way. Just go to favorites and put on the trigger down at the bottom. See all the flat spots you have in here? Now, the trigger that you get by being a TV Trades subscriber, it eliminates some of the flat spot. You see, like this flat spot here, it gets reduced, and so it eliminates some of that. It reduces some of that. It kind of slows the approach. But what I did with this other thing, and I'm going to build this into the actual trigger when I do decide that it's done and ready to go. What I've done with that is I got rid of all the flat spots. It doesn't have any flat spots anymore. But if it's going to be a flat spot, it won't print. So you could have like a print right here, and it could go 3 or 4 bars. If it was going to be a flat spot, it won't print a line. That's the way that I wrote it, so that we could go 3 or 4 bars without printing, without updating this blue line right here. The black ones will update, but the blue ones won't. And then once it decides that it's not going to be a flat spot, it'll update the line. So you'll be able to see in real time, like this right here. You could have shorted the open of this bar right here. That's what you'd be looking for, something just like this. All right. That's coming too in the future. The swing trade stuff, the NQ channel. I have a whole bunch of things that I've been working on, and this stuff that I gotta go do tonight is, well, maybe I'll have some time on a plane. But that's the idea behind it. Now, this stuff is also going to work for larger time frames, like, do it on a 30-minute. It's going to work for larger time frames and stuff. The same idea is going to work for the larger time frames. So once I get this worked out really well, then we'll be able to apply it to all the different things that you want to. And this is on the NQ. I mean, it doesn't just have to be on this. You do it on the SPY. Okay, the same type of thing. You'd be looking for the same indication, and you'll be able to take the same type of trade, and you won't have the flat spots anymore. All right, that's how I was trying to eliminate the situations where you would get into a flat spot, and you see the blue line here, which is the equivalent of the snipe down here, just with a whole bunch of different math on it. Is the same thing. It's the basic calculation for it is the same, but when it sees that it's going to be coming into a flat spot like this, like down here, it's calculating what's going on up here, and when it sees that that's going to happen, it's saying, okay, well, we're just going to hold off on printing that for right now, and that's the idea behind it. But this is not a range chart. The sniper is telling me that. I made that in the sniper because I created the sniper. Really, the range sniper is for a range chart. Um, you can shut that off. If you want to use a sniper on and you want to shut that off, you can come in here and shut it off with the labels right there. Okay, to get rid of that. If you want to get rid of the table, it's right here. Get rid of the tables and the labels. Just so you know. If you want to use a sniper and you have those things in the way and you don't like them there, that's how you get rid of them. Okay. What time frame would be the best for the NQ and the S? I trade the NQ on a 50 range in the morning, and I always trade on range bars. I do not prefer minutes at all. Mahmoud. The question was, in my opinion, what time frame is the best for the NQ and the S? Now, in the mornings, I trade the S on a 7 range, but that's because I have 2 hours in the morning, and I like to get as many trades as I can to show everybody how everything works. That doesn't mean it's the best time frame for it. All right. On some days, the 19 range was looking pretty good a couple days ago, and I know I have somebody in here who trades on the 19 range and does well with it, just not as many trades. Today on the ES, we were back and forth all morning on the ES. We had one really good trade, and then the rest of them were just back and forth. I stopped out 3 times this morning on the ES. That's a lot for me. I don't normally stop out that many times on the ES. I mean, I ended up positive, but it wasn't a great day. I haven't had a banner day yet because every day so far this month in February, the 3rd day now, every day something has gone wrong, technically for me in the morning. So my days have been starting off a little slower. Can I go back to the 50 range chart for the NQ? You believe it had the sniper on and the trigger had the colors on. A minute ago I had the sniper on and the trigger. The other one that I was looking at a few minutes ago, Wayne? Yeah, I may just... Okay, so this is my copy of the range trigger. Okay, the one that I was just looking at a few minutes ago is the range trigger. This is the one that goes out in the email that you guys all have access to. This is the shared one. Okay, this is the one right here that you were talking about. It had the sniper on here. It's got the aggressive snipe. That's what the black arrows are. And these yellow arrows, let me explain the yellow arrows to you, because this again goes back to a time when you didn't have the trigger down here. Right? You didn't have that down there. A lot of these things are generated by the position of this line down here in the trigger. And the yellow arrows right here were designed to let you know when the next down close is likely to be a trade. Alright, that's what the yellow arrows were there for, to let you know that the next up close or the next down close was likely to be a trade. Now, take that information and look at the background color. Apply it with the background color. Okay, right here, like you have this right here. You have a yellow arrow that's saying the next down close is likely to be a trade. Now, it didn't give you a trigger right here. It didn't give you a black arrow or a purple arrow. I'm not exactly sure what I had built into that right now, but I know what I've been saying is if you're in the red and you come out of the overbought, or you go into the overbought, if you want to trade with the trend when you're in the red and you come out of the overbought, then you'll be able to take a trade there. Okay, you'll be able to take the down close trade right there. Now, what I've been doing is selling the up close into the red. So where you get the yellow arrow, before the yellow arrow triggers, you're already in the trade. Or actually, exactly when the yellow arrow triggers, you're in the trade. That's basically what the yellow arrows are showing you. What I did in the past with that, it was looking down here at the slingshot, not the slingshot, it was looking down here at the trigger. It was saying, okay, you're in the oversold in a bullish pattern, so you're going to have a long trade coming up. That's what the other arrow was doing. It was saying you're going to have a long trade coming up, right? It wasn't saying you have a long trade right now. Mark, you've lost your invite-only folder and no longer have access to TV trades. Send me your TradeView login ID. You have my phone number. You can just text it to me on my phone, and I'll check it and make sure you're okay. Okay. If it's not associated to your name somehow, then I might have accidentally kicked it off the other day. I apologize if I did do that. But anyway, you have my phone number, right? My phone number is 617-943-3298. Yep, I think I did that big long with all those numbers. Can you, here, let me fix it for you right now. Okay. Copy. Hang on, let me see if I can. Sorry, I can do this on the computer right over here. Well, I'll do it in a few minutes. Okay, I'll get you set up in a few minutes. Let me just put it on the clipboard over here so I don't lose it. All right. Hang on. Okay, so you know how normally after these meetings, you get an email that tells you how to register for the next meeting and all that stuff. You'll still get that email, but it's not going to have that information in it. I'll post this stuff onto YouTube when the meeting's done, so you have the link to look at this again, to watch it again later. But I'm not going to be able to create the other one and get all that stuff done right now. All right, so this is what you want to look at. Now, there was a question that somebody had asked for me. Dan, you had asked if I could create an alert when it goes green down here, when it goes red in here. Basically, this yellow arrow with the right background color is giving you the same information. All right, you're gonna get the yellow arrow when it goes into the overbought with a red background. You're gonna get the yellow arrow. You're gonna get the green. You're gonna get the green bar when it goes into the oversold with the blue background. Okay, you see that? You get the yellow arrow every time it does that. Now, sometimes it's not giving you the green bar right here. It's not giving you the green bar. I'm not exactly sure why. That seems like I should have done it right there. But that's the idea behind the yellow arrows. Okay. And the information that you're given, like here, the aggressive from the sniper, the aggressive trade right here. The way that happens is not price, but the trigger. It does like half a move. And when it does the first move from here, it comes out of the oversold, that's the first move. But then when it goes from the midpoint into the overbought, that's the next move, okay? So when it goes from here into the overbought, that's the next move. That's what the aggressive trigger is showing you. All right. There was something that I created right over Christmas. I think it was like Christmas Day or maybe Christmas Eve, something like that. But I was going back and forth with one of you guys, David, I think, David W., about having something from the midpoint. And and this, I had already built that. I hadn't realized I had already built that. And that's right here, the aggressive arrow is that thing already. And Ed, I have the background colors. They're in the range sniper and just in regular TV trades. You see how it just made it a lot richer? It's because it just doubled down on it. Either one of these will have the background color. All right, the range sniper or the TV trades indicator will have the background color. Okay, so the sniper is what we're working with here. So far on this 50 range chart, I have the sniper, and the trigger has the bar colors on, and the password input, no diff correct. Oh, that's what you want to look at down here. You want to see what this looks like. This is what it looks like right here. Okay, you want to take a screenshot of that. This is with the password in. Actually, that's not the right password. It might be for this piece of code though, because I don't know if this is. Can I do the div line? Yeah, I can. Okay, so that is the right password. For this piece of code. But this piece of code isn't the code that you have. That's not the right password right now. That's not the current password. That was the last password. But this is what's on right here. Wayne, okay. What is the best way to learn how to use the indicators is what I think you mean in there, Dan. I want to say watch the videos that I've created. The latest bunch of videos. I haven't created long videos lately. I've been creating a lot of short videos. But you know, the Wednesday videos tend to be the longest. But let me just slow everything down. All right, I got time. Let me just slow everything down. Prim, when should the TVT be in the 90 versus 65? The only time you're going to take it out of the 65, the only time you're going to put it in the 65 is when using these two right here, okay? When using those two right there, make this 65. All right, Prim? That's the only time you make it 65, because then the div line doesn't extend as far. You know, it seldom goes over 90. Plus or minus 90. The div line doesn't extend as far. That's the only time. Okay. All right. So let me slow things down a little bit because we have some brand new people in here, and I haven't done this in a long time. And it's 3:35, and I don't want to shortchange anybody. All right. So let's just get rid of the trigger for now, and we'll just get rid of everything. Okay. We'll just get rid of everything. Alright, so this is what the chart looks like when you have nothing on it. And usually if you're brand new, it's Apple. It's an Apple chart, and it's probably on a 30-minute, I think, or something like that. It might be even daily. When you first sign up for trading, when you first log on your very first time, it looks something like this, right? Now, the original intent was for you to just be able to come in here and say, okay, I want to know when to place trades on Apple, or whatever symbol it is, but just say this. So you put on TV trades, just one click, puts the thing on, and bam, it gives you indications, right? Right away it gives you indications. It gives you the table, the targets, it gives you a stop, the entry point, the risk reward. That's what this is right here, in case you don't know. This right here is a risk reward based upon the entry point that it's giving, and the distance between the entry point and the stop and the entry point and the first target. You want that number to be 1 or greater for the first target. All right. That's the information that's in this table. It tells you the long entry, and it actually will usually give you a heads up and let you know, like right here, this blue bar right here. This will let you know ahead of time that the next bar is likely to be the trade. All right. This red bar right here is likely to let you know that the next bar is likely to be the trade. This one here would say the same thing, and it wasn't a trade, but this one here would tell you, get ready for a trade. That didn't end up being a trade, but that's because I don't have the shorts on right now. By default, I only left the longs on, because by default, I created this for equities. And, it works for everything, obviously. But, you're looking here at Apple, and if you were to look at it on the SPY, if you want to do ETFs, it's going to give you the same information, right? Now, the stuff that's in the table is the last blue or red arrow. That's the stuff that's going to be in the table. Okay, so that's how you use the table. That's just what happens when you first turn it on. Now, if you want to see shorting opportunities, you just click that, and it's going to give you the shorting opportunities too. Okay, there's a shorting opportunity right there. Right, there's another one. Another one. All right. So it gives you all that information for shorting opportunities. So if you want to trade ETFs, you can trade ETFs. If you want to trade whatever you want, you can trade it. If you want to do the NQ on a 30-minute, okay, we'll just do the NQ on a 30-minute. You can do that too. Shorting opportunity here, long opportunity there. Gives you the entry, the stop, the targets, all that stuff. All right. That's how you use just the plain TV trades. Now, you can do show risk reward if you want. I already had that in there by default, but you can do show risk reward if you want. There it is. Okay, so I do the math for you. That's the $ and points of the stop. This is the risk reward. It's saying the distance. That's what I was mentioning to you a minute ago. It's the distance between the entry and the nearest target, and the entry and the stop. So this is a great trade right here. When it gave this, your risk reward was 3.8 to 1. 3.8 to 1. So you had a chance of making a good profit on that. And with this, with the 30-minute, you can do the replay on this with the 30-minute and go back here and see what the risk reward was when it gave you that short. Look, the risk reward on that one was 7.6. That's awesome. That's what you want to see. And because we can do even further back, I think. I'm not sure how to do that. Select bar. I think it's this, yeah, select bar. I can go back here, see the risk reward on this one. 2.5. Do that. The risk reward on that one. 12.6. So it's doing the math for you based upon the prior swing highs and lows. And it's good that you asked this question, because the information it's going into finding this risk reward and finding the targets and finding the stops is the same stuff that's being put into the swing trades. Right? The automation of the swing trades. It's sort of like automating this stuff. A lot of this is actually automating this stuff. and putting the information out to you just in a different way. But the swing trades I want to make even better. But that's basically what this is doing. Okay. So I'm giving you all the same information. It's not all the same information. I'm giving you all the information, just formatting it a different way for you to understand it. Make it more easily accessible to you, and doing the math for you. And then I have more calculations that are going into the swing trade things too, because it's pulling from different time frames. This is only from one time frame here. So that's basically how you get this. Now, for people who are trading on larger time frames, like a 30-minute, I have guys that trade on like a 6-hour and a yes, Cynthia, I will. I have guys that trade on a 6-hour time frame and daily time frames and stuff like that. And with this, it only gives you a signal when it changes color. Okay, it's near the beginning of the trend. It only gives you a signal when it changes color. So if that's, if you only get one of those a day and you miss the first one, well then you're out of business for the whole day. But like if you look at XOM, and that was Ray, and he likes to do that on a 15-minute chart. Not 15 range, sorry, 15-minute chart. Sorry, I went by it. Here it is, 15-minute chart. And he likes to take a trade at the beginning of the day at the 15-minute chart. If he gets an indication like that, he's gonna buy it and hold it for $1. Usually is what he does. But he's got 300,000 shares of it, so you sent me in Telegram. You do not have the swing channel or a stock channel. Okay. I can't activate them for you, Gary, but I can send you the stuff to get into them. Okay. Yes, the yellow arrows, Jack, indicate that you could possibly just go long on the very next bar, right? Now, of course, you don't see the yellow arrows in here because I'm working my way through just the TV trades indicator. The next thing is, if you were one of those people, if you miss the first trade here and you only use the TV trades and you miss the first trade, then you're out of business for the rest of the day, right? So what we're just looking at, I'm going to go SPY. PY. Or was it the NQ? It was one of those two. And we're looking at it on the 30-minute, I thought. But either way, if you miss that, then you're out of business for the rest of the day, right? So I created the mid-trend trade. This guy right here, that's the purple arrow. Now the purple arrows, you see the black triangles? They give you a notice that the next bar could be the purple arrow. However, it doesn't seem like we had any purple arrows triggered in here. We had green ones and purple ones. There's a couple. So you got a lot of false indications here saying that the next bar could be the trigger, but it didn't end up being a trigger. Now the thing about this is that you have to wait till the bar closed to enter the trade. Okay, you gotta wait till the bar closed to enter the trade. So a lot of times you're giving up all this space right here. So what I've created since then is entering at the top of the bar instead of down here at the bottom of the bar. That's where you get the flat spots. So now I'm working the flat spots out of the whole equation, so you don't have the flat spots anymore. You can still enter at the top of the bar. Okay, that's what all that stuff that I showed you at the very beginning was about. So this is the TV trades. This is all the stuff in the TV trades. Now, if you get into a situation where the market's sideways and choppy, and like this right here, the market's sideways and choppy, in here, and the indications are going back and forth like that, that's what the bias line is for, right? You enable the bias level. And what that does is it puts on a 233 simple moving average. You can make this whatever you want, but it puts on a 233 simple moving average. And then with that on, if you enable the bias level, it is only going to give you long trades when it's above the 233, and it's only going to give you short trades when it's below the 233. You see it took out some of those in here. It's still got these right here. The 233 must be going right between that right there. But that's what it's doing, okay? So it gives you a bias on the market if you want to. If I shut that off, you see it added that trade right there and added these trades right in here. Okay, you turn that back on, then it takes those out. It gives you a bias on the market. All right, that's what that does. Okay, so I wanted to go through this. You can draw like different things, the pivots and all that stuff, go into the targets. You can draw target lines. Like this is going to show up at the end. You're not going to see that right now, but it'll draw the target lines on the chart. See up here, these are all the targets, the potential targets from this entry right here. These targets right here that you see. These must be all-time highs right here because it's not seeing anything to the left on the top on the SPY. We can draw target lines. You can draw the pivot levels if you want. That will draw the pivots for you. It takes a while to do that calculation. There they are. Okay. You can do all that kind of stuff in here if you want to. By default, all that's on is this. Now, the one other thing you can put on is the trigger. This is what you were just talking about, Jack. The trigger lets you know you can enter. Now, originally, the original intent of the trigger, the original intent of this yellow arrow was to let you know that the next bar is likely to be a trade. Okay? But since then, I've introduced new things that let you get into the trade sooner, a full bar sooner. So I've built on this. But knowing that this started with this, right? This was a starting point to help you know, like it would have said, if you got this, it would say, okay, on a down close, the next down close is going to be a trigger. The next up close would be the trigger. Now, I don't have that actual indicator on here, but that's what that was for. It was for the sniper. And if I put the sniper back on there, you'll see. I'll throw that on anyway. But we'll put the sniper back on there like that. And you'll see that this was saying the next up close will likely be a long trade. And that was it right there. That was the next up close. And this over here was saying the next up close will be a trade. And this over here was saying the next up close will be a trade. And this over here was saying the next down close, but it didn't trigger. That's what the yellow arrow was about. The yellow arrow was related to the position of the trigger down here. Okay? That's what it was related to. Now the blue ones and the red ones that happened at the beginning of the trend, they have nothing to do with the trigger. Okay? Nothing at all to do with the trigger. But most of the other arrows do have something to do with the trigger and the position of the trigger. Okay? What node do you put in the bias level? 233. 233. Mario Joe, can this work for Bitcoin? Yeah, of course it can work for Bitcoin. Let's just look at Bitcoin. The thing with Bitcoin, I like to do everything in range bars, and Bitcoin's no different, but with Bitcoin, you're going to have to use a really big range bar, like this guy down here, 10,000 range. And it gives you the same information again and again and again. And when it loads up here, I don't have anything turned on. When it loads up here, you have the same information again and again and again. When it goes into the overbought like this with Bitcoin, you got a red background, you should consider selling it. When it goes into the oversold like this and you have a blue background, consider buying it. All right, that's what it's saying. It's as simple as that. If it goes into the overbought and you have a red background, you get one of these yellow arrows. When that happens, the next bar, sell the open of the next bar. That's basically what that's saying. Okay. Mario. Hey, I have Mario and Luigi in here. It's 3:48. I got 12 minutes left, guys. So yeah, you can use it for Bitcoin if you want to. Now this is a 10,000 range. 10,000 range. So when you're talking about equities, like with stocks, we go back here to, let's just go to Tesla, for instance. Okay, Tesla on the 10,000 range is going to be like 1 bar, 2 bars. But if you bring that down to 100 range, every tick is a penny. All right, every tick is a penny. So each bar is $1 on Tesla. All right, or on any equity or ETF. Each tick is 1 penny. So if you want a $5 bar, you do a 500 range. If you want a $2.50 bar, you do a 250 range. 100 range is a $1 bar. Okay, that's the way that works. Number in the bias for the ribbon. Ribbon? I don't have a ribbon. Oh, that ribbon. 777. Wayne. He's talking about this, I think. It wasn't in the bias, was it? Was it in the bias? No, it wasn't the bias number. I'm not even sure it was in the TV trades. Or maybe I have to enable it. Gosh, that was so long ago I forgot about it. I have to go look at that code, make sure it's still there. But it's 777, the number that you're asking about. But I'm not sure it's in TV trades. It might be in the range trigger, a range sniper. Let's see. Yeah, it's right here in the sniper filter. That's what it was. 777 in the sniper filter. I believe that's what it was. There it is. 777 in the sniper filter. Okay, to get that in there. I forgot I did that. That is to help you guys stay in a single direction. God, it was like a year ago I did that. All right, it's 3:50. I want to make sure I covered all your questions. I know I didn't cover much in the swing trade thing, and the thing that the thing that's gonna be really cool when I'm done with it is gonna be this other thing that I'm creating right here. Because you guys know that I make money trading. This whole subscription thing is, well, it is just what it is. There's not a ton of money in that. Let me just say that there's not a ton of money in it. I make money trading. So when I get this done, this is going to be awesome. When I first created this thing, when I first had that created, it looked great, but it was off by 1 bar. It was off by 1 bar, and so I created something else. I think I even made it. This is called the TVT optimized, and I think I made another one that said TVT optimized 1 bar early, but it didn't come out right at all. So what I've been working on is trying to find some way to work this into the stuff that we already have, so that it's not a big change for you, so you'll be able to see things. Like this is the one that we looked at earlier, a little while ago. I think it was, wasn't it? Was it? No, it wasn't the SPY we're looking at. It was the NQ. But anyway, we're looking at one just like this earlier, and it said to sell the open of the next bar. And like this one right here is saying to buy the open right here. Buy the open of this bar is what it's saying. Now, this is a 30-minute chart, so it's not really done yet because it's got intra-bar update. But if we go to a range bar like this, you see these alerts coming in. You go to a range bar like this, and right now at 3:52, you have a buy on Netflix. It says to buy right here at 51.40 current price, 1,008.57. Go check the options right now, the weekly options that expire on Friday. Check the options for say the 110s, and check what they are right now, and check what they are in the morning, because the target is 10.11, and it wouldn't surprise me if it hits that target at the open in the morning. Let's just make a little picture of this, and we'll see right here. There you go. Make a picture of that. And I don't know what the actual option prices are right now. Can anybody go and find those prices? If anybody finds those option prices, post them in here. That'd be interesting. But this is part of the swing trade thing, and part of the advantage of getting this information at the end of the day. If you get it on any day at the end of the day, you get an opportunity to buy or to sell. You can buy or sell. Well, buy options really. I don't encourage selling options because it puts you on the risk. But buy either call or a put based upon that information, and usually by the next morning, you're going to have a great outcome on that. Usually at the open of the next day, or within the first hour of the next day. That is one of the great benefits of having that information handed to you like that at the end of the day. And that goes, it's going to be for the swing trades too. It's not just for this. That was the stuff that's in the, that's in the stock channel right now. That's in the TV Trades Trade Signals channel. It's got the QQQ, Tesla, Microsoft, SPY, Amazon. This is the Russell, Netflix. This generates a whole bunch of trades every day. See, it generated 21 since the last time I looked at it. 21 trades since the last time I looked at it today. So some of these are on smaller time frames. You want to skip the ones on the smaller time frames, that's fine. But the idea is to give you guys a bunch of information that you can use to your advantage, pretty much any time during the day. Okay. So the swing trade stuff, I'm gonna work on that some more before I really put it out there for you guys. See, this is what it looks like at the end of the day. This one right here be another one. If I had the other one, I was able to copy and paste both of them at the same time. Microsoft has got a call, So I'm betting that by the open tomorrow, Microsoft and Netflix will be in a better place. If I save this one, new file, save. Well, I can always come back and look at this. It's all right over here anyway. These two right here, the same things that you just saw there. And and you can see right here, this is Netflix. It went into the oversold. That's why it's suggesting that. And Microsoft went into the oversold. That's why it's suggesting that. Now, we'll look at that later at a different time. It is 3:55. If you have not taken a free trial and you want to take a free trial, go here. It's tvtrades.com, tv-trades.com. Click on this. Now, some of you guys that have taken the free trial and you're in here because you're on the free trial, there's another website that you got a bunch of information when you sign up for the trial. There's another one called targetviewtrades.com. On this page, there is just a ton of information. All right. This was the original web page that I had. It's got a ton of information in here, and these people got funded on I have people funded on TopStep and on the other one. What is the other one? Apex. If you use a div line, how do you plan the exit from the trade as you won't use? Yeah, thanks, Wayne. I'm new. Where should you go to learn this? Okay, Ed, that's what I was just saying. Go here to targetviewtrades.com. You can click on this right here. Go to instructions. And all the stuff that I just told you. Oops. I'm sorry. Go to more. And in here, go under more right here. And all the stuff that I just told you about these individual things, like the MTT hours, the risk reward, the target lines, the bias level, all that kind of stuff, that's all in here. Telegram is in here. To get into the Telegram channel, just make sure that channel goes to the right place because somebody hijacked one of my channels. Okay, it does. You can go there to get into the Telegram channel. The sniper, there's videos in here about how to use the sniper, how to set up the sniper, I believe. I have videos in here about how to set it up. And that's how to get started with the free trial. I thought there was a video in here about it. Set up and all that. There's a bunch of stuff here on this page, targetviewtrades.com. Okay. TV trades right here. There's stuff here. And Ed, you can go out on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff out on YouTube too, in the YouTube channel. You know, when you signed up for the trial and when you joined, in the email that's sent to you, let me see if I can find that for you. In the email that is sent, let me just bring one of those up right quick. So much stuff on this other monitor that's open right now. Here it is. Templates, and no, that is right in the way. Window, always on top. Get rid of that. Templates. In here. This is the email that is sent to you when you take the trial. All right. And in this email, it gives you all this information, a link to the most recent webinar. That was last week's webinar, like this one. A short video about the trigger trade setups right here. That's on YouTube. A quick look at the TV trade trigger divergence trades. Another one on YouTube. The actual password for right now. To register for the link today is in there. There'll be one like that for next week's, when I figure out what next week's is going to be. This is to get into the private web page. All right, and you use the password for the private web page. The range trigger, you use the password for the range trigger too. All right, that's video about that. There are 2 private Telegram channels. They're right there and there. There's actually 4 or 5 now, but those are the 2 that you can get into that are functioning right now the way that I want them to. There's also a 3rd one that is a public one that is right here. All right, go to telegram.org, sign up there, but there's a public Telegram channel that you should get into. I don't put too much in it because I'm putting stuff into all the other ones all the time, it seems like. But right here is a YouTube channel. Connect to the YouTube channel there. The Facebook page is always going to be behind the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is going to get the information first, and the Facebook page will be last. But if you want to get in there, I don't do much on the Facebook page, is what I'm trying to say. Website updates, targetviewtrades.com, this one I just showed you. And all that stuff is in this email. You all have gotten this email. All right. If anybody wants this email again, just tell me you want the email and I'll send it to you again. You'll have this email to go back. and check out. Okay, everybody that signs up gets that email. There's also another email that you get now too. That's an automated one that goes out. But yes, Tesla's already up 80 cents. Excellent, excellent, Michael. Netflix already hit the 10-11 target. Still get in. If it's already hit the target, then I wouldn't get in now. All right, if it's already hit the target, and Microsoft hit the target already too. See, this is, yeah, John. All this stuff is going to be gone. Send me an email at support at targetviewtrades.com. Okay, because everything that you're typing in here is going to be gone when I close this meeting up here, and it's 4 o'clock, and I got to go buy a plane ticket and get to the airport and get on a plane and get to Connecticut hopefully by 7 o'clock tonight. So I don't have a lot of time to do anything right now. Okay. Mark, I got you. I got you covered. It's right here on a notepad, a big notepad right here. Right here. There it is. I'll do it. I'll do it as soon as I close the meeting. I'll take care of that for you, okay? All right. Again, everybody, if you haven't taken a free trial and you want to take a free trial, go here to tvtrades.com and click on the orange button right there. Click on that orange button. It's going to be down to the bottom. It's only $25 a week after the free trial. All right, $25 a week to get started. Most people go to the monthly after they do the weekly, and they figure out that they do want to stay. They go to the monthly. The monthly, on an annual basis, if you're paying weekly on an annual basis, you figure there's 4 weeks in a month, so it's $100 a month, but it's actually $108 a month. Figuring in the extra 2 weeks a year. So the monthly is actually, considerably cheaper for you. It's like 18% cheaper to go to the monthly if you want to go to the monthly. The annual obviously is cheaper than all of it. It's 23% cheaper, I think, something like that. But anyway, that's how you take it, right? That's how you get the trial. And if you haven't done it, do it now. If you want me to get it done for you, right now. I mean, I'll have time when I get to the airport and stuff, or whenever I get to the hotel or wherever I'm staying tonight. But that is it for now, guys. All right. Thank you all for coming. I'm sorry that it was so rushed, and I'm sorry I didn't get the swing trade stuff done, but I did get some other cool stuff done. So, it's all going to be worth it. All right. It'll be worth the wait. It will be. Oops. It'll be worth the wait in the end. All right. So with that, guys, if you have any questions for me, if you guys have any questions for me, my phone number is 617-943. Hang on. 617-943. She just turned 103, January 22nd. I think she was hanging out for it. She was holding out for it. When her husband died, he was 89, but when he died, I think he held out for me to go visit him, because then I was living in Boston and he was in Connecticut. I went to visit him, and after I visited him, he died like an hour later. And I have a feeling my grandmother's doing the same thing. I was my grandmother's favorite grandson. But, all right. That is it, guys. With that, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all for coming today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and week until we talk again. All right. I'll put all this, it'll all be out in YouTube and on the website eventually over the next day or two. I'll get it out there, okay? All right, guys. Thanks for coming today. We'll see you all later.